most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
All right, good evening, race fans, and welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the Hales Corner Speedway Sim Series.
Welcome back.
Drivers are finishing up their warm-up. Round number 4 tonight, UMP Modifieds at Lanier. Joining me in the booth on Sundays, as per our usual, Zach Krieger. Welcome in, Zach.
Hello, hello. How are you doing today, Roger?
I am doing okay, ready to get round number 4 underway. See about 14 guys checked in, and it's really the same old familiar faces. Cole Duggar, Jacob Crawford, Reed Rundle, J.J. Schilling, all the regular suspects here for this evening's event. A couple of minutes before we go to our national anthem. What's it going to look like tonight when we get down to the end of this thing?
Well, honestly, looking at the track and looking how it's been wearing already within about 10 minutes of practice, I think there's going to be a lot of track wear. It's going to cause a few lines in the feature. Of course, I think it's a 35-lap feature, if I'm yes, 35 laps feature. It's going to be a very interesting track to see how it changes from the start of the race to the end of it.
Yeah, drivers definitely going to put a few extra laps down in there as well, and burn this thing off a little more. Looks like the entry is getting a little bit slick, and that could make you change your line on the entry.
Definitely, and I think that's with entry. You also talk about exit. Exit starts slicking off really bad. It's going to be an interesting race to see who is going to be able to completely control that part of, do I run bottom, do I run top, you know, where am I going to go? And I think it's definitely going to be interesting to see what drivers can perfect it.
Yeah, driver's going to definitely have to pick and choose and probably go where the other guy is not. You got to watch the middle of this track. When it starts to get very slick, the middle sometime comes right back in because those guys on the bottom are pitching those little marbles up right in the middle of the track, and the first guy to find that usually has a pretty good advantage, at least for a couple of laps, and he can make up some ground, especially if you're closer to the front. It's best to find when the middle's coming in first. But I don't know, Cole Duggar, you know, back in action again here and quickest in practice right now. I have to think that he is going to come up here and contend for a win tonight here at Lanier with these guys. Midway point of the season.
Yep, and I was looking as I was loading into the session, looking at everybody who was racing, and Cole Duggar leads the field in I rating by a good about 2,500 I rating, which is pretty impressive. And I think definitely I rating doesn't show the full effect of how a person can drive, but I think Cole Duggar definitely has the dirt down in that sense.
Yeah, I think when it comes to league racing, the I ratings, really, you can toss them out the windows because there's a lot of guys that focus on just league racing and they don't get into all the official stuff, and that's where you score your I rating. But he is definitely one to watch tonight. We are going to head trackside and get ready for tonight's opening ceremonies.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, big thank you to the Foley boys. We come back just in time to catch the grid for heat race number 1. Our Scribble car wash starting lineup looks like this. On the pole, the Milkman Designs 1525 Motorsports number 35 out of Genoa, Illinois of Drake Hartzell. And on his outside in the B-Hall Performance number 32 from Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, Skylar Wood. Your second row on the inside, the UDTV Brent Bates Team Outlaw Motorsports number 11 from St. Louis, Missouri. It's Cole Duggar, and on the outside of him in the 25 machine, that's another 1525 Motorsports entry from Dakota, Illinois, Jacob Crawford. Third row on the inside, Dean Wallach, the 126, and on his outside, another B-Hull Performance machine from Greendale, Wisconsin, number 70 of J.J. Schilling. And starting on the back, 1525 Motorsports driver in the 7 out of Machesney Park, Illinois, Tyler Goodwin. So, 7 cars. Everybody going to the feature tonight. Heat races determining your starting position. We are ready to go green out of turn number 4.
Green, green, green. Like you said, green flag out of turn 4, Drake Hartle. And Skylar Woods on the front row. Hartzell on that bottom row, going to come down a little bit on Cole Duggar. They keep it straight down the back stretch, and we are going to see Hartzell take that early lead at the end of lap 1, and it looks like it's just going to be Woods at the line, Cole Duggar in third.
Yeah, Duggar working down on the bottom, the purple number 11 down there. Trying to get some traction, trying to get some grip, maybe pull alongside the number 35 of Hartzell. Couldn't quite get there. He secures second. It's a side-by-side battle between Goodwin and Woods for third now.
Like you said, side-by-side battle for that third spot. There's also going to be a side-by-side battle for the lead. Cole Duggar, like you said, completely speedy here on that bottom. He is going to try and get this lead from Drake Hartzell. He's going to move up in front and take the lead, move Cole Duggar to the lead. A little bit of contact there between Hartzell and Goodwin. They keep it straight, but Duggar is going to come under a little bit of pressure from Hartzell here. But as things stand, Cole Duggar running in the lead, coming to halfway, not time by.
Yeah, got moved up the hill down in 3 and 4. That opens it for Hartzell. Hartzell had the lead that time by, I believe, by just a skosh. He's got the bottom now, trying to do what Duggar did to him. Use that inside line. This track's starting to spread out, and it's doing it pretty early to side-by-side racing at the front. Side-by-side for third and fourth. Crawford and Goodwin still going at it. Good battle there for a podium spot in your heat race. We're coming down to the 3 to go mark out of turn number 4.
Big side-by-side battle between Hartzell and Duggar still, as we have 3 to go here, and it's pretty much side-by-side, 3 rows deep through the corners, because you have Hartzell, Duggar fighting, Goodwin, and the 25 of Crawford, and then JJ Schilling and, well, Skylar Woods were fighting, but that has seemed to dissipate. But we're still going to be seeing a fight for lead. We might even see a new factor coming in, because Jacob Crawford on that top comes to the white flag running third, but he is on a mission. He's been very successful in these UMP modifieds so far this season, taking both wins at Volusia. Duggar is going to pull up the track through 3 and 4, and that might let Hartzell steal the win. No! Duggar gets it at the line.
44 1,000ths of a second over Hartzell, then Crawford, Goodwin, Schilling, Woods, and Wallach. Good racing at the front. If heat race number 2 is like that one, this will be a lot of fun to watch the rest of the night, because this track is just going to get better as we go along here. We'll go down to the Scribble Dub car. We're starting lap for heat race number 2. On the pole, the Shark RC car bodies number 1 out of Menominee Falls, Wisconsin, of Chris Johnson. On his outside, the DiscountShopTales.com Black Flag Racing, and number 74 from Waterford, Wisconsin, Peter Brees. Your second row on the inside, the Brennan Brothers Racing, number 46 out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, of John Brennan. On his outside, the Buddies Racing Equipment I-41 Raceway, number 17 from Slinger, Wisconsin, Dean Burnt. Row 3 on the inside, the Buddies Racing Equipment TDC Race Team, number 43 out of Oxford, Michigan, Reed Rundle. And sitting to his outside, the 15 car of Rob Warren. And starting dead on the field tonight, the Skis Graphics Brandon Holm Performance Motorsports Racing Incorporated, number 99 out of Mayville, Wisconsin, Brandon Hull.
7 cars here, all going to be fighting for the win. Pack's kind of holding a little further back from the pace car. Of course, Chris Johnson likes a slow pace lap, likes to be able to have a little more breathing room from the pace car. For context, pace car is just entering turn 3, so about a straightaway length between them and the pace car. They, though, are going to head through turn 3 to the green flag soon.
Yeah, very slow pace laps out of Johnson. He reaches the start line, green flag in the air. He and Brees side by side heading down into 1 and 2. We'll see who has the advantage. I think the car off the top should have momentum, but it doesn't show up that lap. And out of turn number 4 to lead lap number 1. Johnson by a nose. Brees has the momentum. He may take it right here. Contact behind. John Brunner got a tiny little bump there from Reed Rundle, and here comes Brandon Hull to capitalize on that. We got 2 in the books, and now more cars sideways. Everybody's going to get them squared up, but it's going to cost drivers a lot of spots.
Definitely, but keeping an eye up here on the front still. It's still a battle for this lead here in heat number 2. The number 1 of Chris Johnson and the 74 of Peter Brees battling it out here. Brees trying to get that top line going. Johnson here on the bottom seems to be a little bit better than Brees down the straights with that pace. So we are going to see them notch to lap number 5.
Yeah, starting to stretch out here. Johnson getting away from Brees. Brees about 0.8 of a second, it looks like, in front of Rundle. Rundle with a little bit of a blink right there in the middle of the corner. Don't know what that was about. Dean Burnt sitting in the 4 spot. And then everybody that was in that incident way back on lap number 2, Brunner, Hull, and Warren back here running at the back of the pack. But Chris Johnson making this thing look... Oh, contact! Your leaders had contact.
Oh, no.
Go back and get a look at this. Johnson in 1 and 2. Looks like he got the car a little hot getting in there. He allowed Brees to close up, and I think Brees just assumed that he was going to go middle. Drove it down in there, right up under the back end. And you got to protect the bumper of the guy in front of you at all times. And Mr. Brees.
Yep.
A little bit of an oops right there, so that'll move Johnson to the back. I'm sure Peter Brees already rolling around. Yes, he is.
Yep.
Good tap out from that driver. That is going to change things up, and that's going to put the 43 car, Reed Rundle, out in front of this thing here with just a couple of laps to go, maybe 4 when they take the green.
Yep, it's going to be that, but we are definitely going to see a hard fight between Reed Rundle and Dean Burnt for the heat win. So we still going to be pacing for a little bit, I think. But definitely early incident, not in the heats what Chris Johnson or Peter Brees would want to see. That's going to have to put them a little further back in the feature, if I'm right. I think we actually, we are going to be seeing the green flag, single file restarts. Not mistaken, Reed Rundle is going to go very early. Not Chris Johnson, Brennan Hull having to pull back as he almost jumps the start. He kept it though.
Contact there. Here's another caution coming out.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Warren trying to get going.
Green.
Warren gonna barely get that car going before the leaders get there. He's coming out of 2. The leader's right behind him now. So Reed Rundle has vaulted out to the lead, over Burnt by almost 0.8 of a second. Make it 0.8 now, as we're coming down to the 2 to go mark.
2 to go for the 43 Buddies Racing Equipment. For Reed Rundle of Oxford, Michigan, he is taken the lead after incidents from between Brees and Johnson. He has not looked back since, as they come to the white flag over a second lead at the line from Burnt, and he is able to diamond off those corners, it seems. Coming through turn 3 and 4, it's going to be the 43. Takes the checkered flag, Reed Rundle. Winner of heat 2.
Burnt second, John Brunner in third. Chris Johnson recovers back to a 4th place finish. Then Brees up to 5th. So the 2 that had contact in the middle of the race end up 4th and 5th. And Hull and Warren, after their contact on that restart, end up 6th and 7th. So heat racing over. We may see a B main here.
Yes, we are.
This is just for the final starting spots, and I do know that these guys, unless they've changed it, a couple of guys coming out of this race have the opportunity to go to the front of the field for the A main.
If it's looking to what... Oh, this is... Never mind. I was reading... It says invert all on my screen, but that's going to be for the B main, not the feature, so it's going to be an invert of 6 in the feature.
So a full... so they did change that up a little bit. So a full invert here. They'll put Rob Warren, Dean Wallach in the front row. Then Hull and Woods in row 2. Row 3, Brees and Schilling. Johnson and Goodwin in row 4. And that'll round that out. Everybody's going to the feature.
Yep.
It's just where you're going to start. And like I said, the guys towards the front had an opportunity. But I think they're going to start in a row number 4 now. As the top 3 from each heat race went straight to the feature. They'll invert those guys. Put these guys in the first row behind the invert.
Correct, and Dean Wallach, who was supposed to be starting in that second place on that outside, he elected to take an EOL to the back, so it's going to be Skylar Woods who moves up. So it's going to be the 15 of Rob Warren, my bad, followed by Skylar Woods coming to the green flag here.
Green, green, green.
And there it is. We go green. A stack up from that inside line, and that might even things out a little bit. Nope. Woods is going to stay there. Johnson and Brees get a little more contact. Those guys just seem glued together, it seems. But meanwhile, up the front, Rob Warren on the top. They're going to almost be going 3 wide on corner exit. Rob Warren, leader, lap 1.
Yeah, looks like Brees and Johnson, a couple of opposite polarity magnets in those two cars. They might want to check that out, but seems like every start the 99 car pulls out of line and ends up causing a little bit of a stack up. Didn't really cause too big a problem this time as he moved it right back into line. He's going to keep the bottom and run third behind Warren, and Woods now pulls alongside of Skylar Woods. Just didn't have enough oomph off of that bottom line to make the pass into 3, and Woods going to hang on to second over Hull, and then right behind that, the 70 car of J.J. Schilling. 4 laps in the book, coming to complete it right here.
I was going to say, it seems as if Brandon Hull's kind of stuck here on the bottom, but out of 2, 1 and 2, he seemed to get a great rocket down the back stretch, and same thing here on the front stretch. And maybe that bottom line's starting to come in a little more now. Schilling moves down there with him to be Hull Performance teammates. They are going to be pushing down on this bottom, trying to get past Skylar Woods in the 32 car, but Rob Warren out front, leading by what is about a 7/10 gap, I think, at the line. It's going to expand a little bit, maybe even a full second. We'll see what he can have to across the line. Almost a full second, so Warren starting to check out here in the B main.
Yeah, Rob Warren has it on a roll. That's good, considering this is the last chance on track before we get to your feature. It is good to find where your momentum is going to come from. But Hull and Woods stuck side by side pretty much here. Have been since we dropped the green flag. And now Schilling is getting a little bit of a challenge from Peter Brees there in the 74 car for the 4th spot.
Skylar Woods hit the wall out of turns 4, but that doesn't seem to affect him as he is going to be trying to keep the position there from Peter Brees. Further back a little bit, Tyler Goodwin and Jason Schilling, maybe a little bit of contact there. They kept it straight. Warren into the wall, but he's going to be able to keep it straight and going. I don't think he lost barely any time. Oh, Warren into the wall! He's upside down!
Caution is out.
That happened so fast.
Oh my.
And brushes the wall there, comes out of the corner, looks like the car's good. Oh, it bumped the wall, and then it immediately snapped back on him. And up and over, and then he gets clobbered. Now, to land on its wheels, but I think the suspension of that car heavily damaged. They'll be dragging that one to the infield. That's going to put Brandon Hull up in the front for a 2-lap shootout. So a self-inflicted wound is going to put Warren starting at the back of this thing tonight when we go to the feature.
Yep, and that is not what Rob Warren wanted to see, leading almost all of the laps in the B main, but unfortunately for him it is not going to be. So they're going to have 2 laps here at the end of the yellow flag. Duke it out. Going to be interesting to see what line everybody tries. Going to be interesting to see if Brandon Hull makes his dash to the bottom like he has been here on restarts, but they're going to head through turn 3 and 4 for the green flag.
Pace car in. Green flag back in the air. Saw a car on the back end of this thing jump to the bottom real quick there. I think that might have been Wallach trying to go to the bottom, but out of 2 side by side. Brees going to put some pressure on Hull. Brees going to try to get up here, maybe take this win. He got through 3 and 4 perfectly. New leader at the white flag. 74 car of Peter Brees. He found the middle. I talked about it in the pre-race. Yep. And the 74 car found the middle line. He made it stick the last time. It's going to pay off. He wins the B main over Brandon Hull, then Schilling, Woods, Goodwin, Johnson, Wallach, and Warren on the hook in the infield. But a great move. 74 car found that spot.
The sweet spot. Feature time.
All right, feature time, 35 laps. Let's run down the starting lineup. Brunner and Crawford on the front row. Then Burnt and Hartzell in row number 2. Rundle and Duggar in row 3. Brees and Hull coming out of the B main in row number 4. Schilling and Woods, row 5. Row 6, Johnson and Goodwin. And then Wallach and Warren on the back tonight. 35 laps should go by pretty quick. See if these guys go in. They'll wear that middle out real quick. If those guys were watching that B main, they jump in the middle here. They will wear that out quick, and then there's no telling where that line is going to go until somebody gets brave enough to go back down to the bottom and see if there's something there.
Definitely. It's going to be interesting to see what lines people pick right off the bat. I think this track still has a little bit more change in it than what it is currently. And just a little side note with the invert, Reed Rundle did say pre-race in the racers chat that he has started putting a randomizer now on the invert. So today it has picked 6. Other days it might pick, 4 or 2 even. We don't know. That's the fun of a randomizer though. So invert of 6 tonight puts Brunner and Crawford on the front row.
All right, lights off on the pace track. Green out of turn number 4, 35 laps for your feature tonight. John Brunner, Jacob Crawford will get things started here.
They are going to make their way through turn 3. Pace car, like you said, off. And we go green out of turn 4. Route 4 of the Hales Corner Sim Racing. Scrubbing up car wash and oil change. UMP modified season. And it seems as if Brunner on that got a better run, but out of 2, Crawford is going to pull alongside him and pull with the momentum 4 wide further back in the pack. They are going to fan out large down here down the back stretch, and we are going to have the leader, Crawford.
Crawford led lap 1, but Brunner right now trying to put some pressure back on that. Don't think it's going to materialize. He got sideways in 3 and 4. He's going to open the door for Hartzell. Drake Hartzell now working around the top side on lap number 3, trying to take second away. Got Cole Duggar tucked in behind that. Those 3 on the top. Brunner the only car on the bottom till you get back to Peter Brees. And Brees right in front of Rundle now as Rundle went in the middle. Oh, I think there might have been just a tiny bit of contact. Brees got the car out of shape. Rundle now going to go to the inside, slides across the nose. Tries to shut the door back, gets the job done. He's going to hang on to 5th.
He slid there and closed the door, and that forced Brees to kind of check a little bit up, and that also forced Brandon Hull, who was on the bottom at the time, to check, and puts Hull back a few positions. Meanwhile, on the bottom, Brunner, 46 car, just not finding what he needs in this front 3, if it is, I think. Starting to check out Crawford, Hartzell, and Duggar at the end of lap 6.
Yeah, those 3 starting to get away from everybody, and we'll get on board here with Cole Duggars. He's going to go to the bottom, see if he can do something. He's going to pull right alongside Drake Hartzell. Gets it up off the corner. Still a little too much momentum off the top side, but Duggar not afraid to try to work the middle here. We'll see if it starts to pay off. I think he's actually losing a foot or 2 here and there. But early in this one, nothing wrong when you got a breakaway like these guys do of over 1.5 seconds to go ahead and see if there's anything down there, maybe challenge. You might get lucky, find a little grip, and you can pick up a spot right here.
Definitely, and if we know Cole Duggar, we know that he is very happy to make moves around the track to find what is fast. He is ripping it on that bottom, not able to get anything really on Hartzell. He's going to fall back here, and he's going to switch back to the top. It seems to be Linus, I think. I'm wrong. Never mind, I thought I heard some contact. Last is not.
You could have, because Brees and Rundle are still nose to tail. Those 2 might be a little bump and grind through the corners here on each other. They are very, very tight quarters on that. They run to 4th and 5th right now. And then Brunner and Goodwin, Schilling, Warren, Woods, Hull, Burnt, Johnson, and Wallach in that order. Oh, Rundle way out of shape right there. That opens things up. Everybody going around. Brunner went high. Brees went high. Down on the bottom side, Tyler Goodwin got by. Now here comes Schilling. He's going to make it a party. He goes to the very bottom against the wall. I don't think he's got too much momentum in the middle, and Rundle's going to pull back around. But Rundle went from 4th to 7th in that exchange. We'll jump back to the front. And Jacob Crawford checking out. Absolutely Gandhi on these guys. 3 seconds right now over Drake Hartzell.
And just going back quickly to that Rundle and Brees incident, that was an incident. That was not Rundle getting a little bit out of shape. Brees gave him a little tap there. That's why Reed Rundle started to fall back. They were going 4 wide a few laps ago, though, for that spot. But meanwhile, I think Jake Hartzell gets into the wall, and Cole Duggar's going to go right under him, slides on up in the slide job. Almost completed, but Hartzell able to get the spot back, it looked like. Slide job from Hartzell. It's gonna work for him. And Duggar, guess what he's gonna do? He's gonna throw a slide job on Hartzell. Hartzell turns down. He's gonna be able to get past Duggar. I can pretty much bet what Drake Hartzell's gonna do here. Slide job on him every corner. This is some spectacular racing for that second spot. But watch out for Peter Brees in that 4th spot. He's gonna try to catch back up to them on that bottom line.
Yeah, kept Hartzell kind of boxed in right there, so Hartzell couldn't have the inside line to try to go back around Duggar, and now Brees gets around him. Brees on the attack. He found the middle again, going to make a run at Duggar. Not this time out of 4. These guys 4.5 seconds behind your leader. This is the battle. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. You see Drake Hartzell clip the fence. We'll come off of that battle right now for just a second to show you Crawford catching the back of the field. He is caught up to Dean Wallach right now. 15 laps to go the next time by as we go back to watch this battle between the 11 and 74 of Duggar and Brees.
Big battle here. But I think Duggar has found something on that top. He rocket ships away from Brees on the front straightaway, and I think he's going to do the exact same thing on the back straightaway. He's going to get going. Meanwhile, like you said, our leader, Jacob Crawford, going to be running side by side with Dean Wallach on that top. I think Crawford on that top is a dangerous combo. About a 3-4 second gap to the pack behind him.
Hartzell must have hurt his car. He has fallen all the way back to 6th. Rundle made it back to 4th, and he brought Goodwin with him. So the 43 and the 7 been battling each other, and they've been coming forward. Here comes Hartzell. Maybe has that thing back under control. He's got that right rear laying on the outside fence right there. And it is really giving him good runs out of the corners. He takes it right up on top of the cushion. Battle at the front again. 2nd place as Brees has pulled right back alongside, at least briefly, on Duggar. And now Duggar starts to stretch away. We're getting down to it. There's about 11 laps to go. And Crawford already at the start-finish line. Duggar just now coming out of turn number 4.
And if they were fighting, that would have been interesting to see Rundle and Hartzell catching up. But like you said, they started the single file out. They're going to catch the lap car here of Dean Wallach. And the thing to notice is Wallach running that bottom. That is Peter Brees' preferred line. So Brees is going to have to go a little bit out of his comfort zone and run maybe that middle or top line. It's going to be interesting to see what he's going to be able to do.
Yeah, doesn't like to get it out close to the fence. I don't think he's comfortable with the right rear up against it. Maybe he finds the fence a little too often. But he has got his work cut out for him. If he doesn't get around Wallach pretty quick, Rundle is going to be there, and he's going to grab a podium away. Crawford catching up to more lap traffic. He's got Chris Johnson on the same straightaway with him. He is down to 8 laps to go that time around.
8 laps to go, like you said, and it is crunch time now. This is where you need to start getting your moves done. You can see Rundle running the exact same line that Peter Brees is on, trying to get everything he can out of it. I think Rundle feels a little more comfortable up on that top than Brees does. He was using that to catch back up, but they're going to be trying to lap Dean Wallach here. Meanwhile, John Brunner to the pit lane. He was sideways on the front straightaway a few laps ago. But like you said, this fight for the 3rd place spot, the final podium spot, as Rundle hits the wall a little bit, he's going to get that car out of shape. But it's still going to be Brees on that top, who just seems to slowly but surely be running away from Rundle here, as he's going to be able to get back to his preferred line of the bottom here, with 5 to go out the line for him.
Yeah, Crawford just saw the 5 to go signal. Not in too much traffic right now. Lap or 2, I think he will be right in there with Johnson and Skylar Woods. Look at those two battling in front of him for position. They're battling for 11th and 12th right now. Pretty good battle between these two. They're right in front of the leader. We're going to watch Crawford, see if he has to navigate this. Oh, caution late is Hartzell.
And Brennan Hull got into him.
And we'll see if Hartzell does this on his own. This is down the backstretch. All this happens out of turn number 4. He looks like he finds the fence, and then he's going to find that opening. And then nowhere really for a Hull to go because he wasn't sure where that car was going to land.
Jason Schilling got a piece of that too. Hartzell rebounding. Be interesting to see if how bad that affects Schilling. It doesn't look like majorly. Schilling sitting in that 6th spot has had a solid run tonight from 9th to 6th. Meanwhile, Tyler Goodwin 12th to 5th so far. He is looking strong. Look for potentially that hard charger call wrong with Rob Moore 14th to 7th. It's going to be interesting to see if Duggar or Brees have anything for Crawford. You know, I'd kind of like to see Cole Duggar challenge Jacob Crawford. Kind of like that slide job battle he had with Drake Hartzell. I would love to see one of those here for the win, but who knows, as we are going to see them pack back up and get ready to go green through
3 laps to go. Only 3 laps remaining. There is Crawford on the throttle. Got a pretty good jump. He opened it up about 4 car lengths. We'll see what happens down here in 3 and 4. If anybody's got anything for him, it's going to have to be right here down the backstretch. And I don't think Duggar has got enough horses to run down our leader right here, too, to go this time. Brees and Rundle right there trying to make it a 3-wide battle for second. Duggar found the wall. That'll open things up. Brees goes by. Rundle goes by. Now Reed Rundle making a bid for second over Brees. These two have been locked up with each other all race long. White flag in the air. It is all Jacob Crawford. Once again, the UMPs out in front of this thing. Here comes Duggar with a good run on the outside on the white flag lap. Rundle and Brees side by side through 3 and 4. Crawford's going to win it. Who's going to get second? Brees has second, and Duggar took third.
Oh, Cole Duggar.
Duggar snuck through and got third over Rundle at the line. A great job of recovering by Cole Duggar. Restarted there in second. Clips the fence, loses 2 spots, and then gets one of them back right at the start-finish line. So we will get our cars down here, get them parked up, get them in channel. And I cannot wait to ask Mr. Duggar about that last lap deal right there. Start grabbing these guys and bringing them into the channel.
User was
Go Duggar, you got a copy.
Yes, sir.
Well, man, a little bit of a mistake on the restart, but you definitely made up for it out of turn 4 on the last lap. Great recovery there. Tell us about that last restart all the way from the drop of the green until we hit the checkers right there.
Yeah, I had a fast car all night. Getting around the top side there on the restart was kind of treacherous, getting real nervous there with everybody else up behind me, and knowing Jacob was real fast as well, and kind of got into the wall down there, and I guess it was the first lap of the restart there, and from there it was just kind of a managed way to fight my way back up to 3rd place to talk to you guys, and coming out of turn 4, that was pretty scary stuff. Wasn't sure if Reed was going to get it or not.
Yeah, it looked like Brees and Rundle were battling pretty good, and they left you the top line. Kind of a surprise that somebody would leave the top that far open.
Yes and no. It's really hard to run up there, so I understand if people don't want to run up there, and you're almost just as quick on the bottom and kind of through the middle, but it's definitely a little bit faster up top, so I was a little bit surprised Peter left it, because I know Peter's real good, but yeah, he left it and let me get a 3rd place with him and Reed battling, so it's pretty cool.
All right, man. Well, who you got on the car each and every week helping you stay up on the podium before we let you get out of here?
Got to thank Team Outlaw Motorsport too, Beard Oil, Scott, BJ, Sean, all those guys over there at Team Outlaw. They helped me out a lot and practice with me. And got to thanks my dad for watching tonight. And thanks for the broadcast.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congratulations. Look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks, man.
Thank you.
Your 3rd place finisher, Mr. Cole Duggar. Let's move up here to 2nd place, Peter Brees and Zach.
Yep.
User was moved to
Mr.
your
Brees
channel.
is all yours.
Well, Peter Brees, you got a copy for us.
Yeah, I got you, sir. You got me?
Yes, we do. And an enthralling race there at the end. Tell us about how that race went for you.
I was just trying to hold myself down the bottom the best I could because nobody else was running there, and I kind of had a half of a slider line. But it's running side by side with Cole there for a while, but it was real good.
Well, a large run for you today, if I'm looking right, 7th to 2nd. Seem to have that car set up on every other line, but what question I was definitely interested in seeing is when Dean Wallach was in front of you, you guys were lapping him. You kind of had to move off of your preferred line, which is the bottom at the time, and kind of left you a little bit exposed, but you seem to do really well on that sort of middle top line. How'd you feel up there?
Middle to top was not that great. I actually had to take a little lesson from Cole there and just try to run that edge way at the top to get around Dean Wallach. Because, I mean, the big thing since a lot of the updates with the tires and everything on the dirt cars, it's all about just keeping them straight and smooth as possible. So that's kind of how I was able to run that bottom as well as I was. And obviously you need to use a little more momentum up top, so that made it a little more difficult. But it is definitely threw a wrench in there, and I kind of lost Cole a little bit, but that caution came out and gave me a shot at the front again.
And this definitely was a race. How you feeling? I know I saw on Facebook you had a knee surgery done during the week.
Yeah, I just had knee surgery last Monday. I actually hurt myself about a month ago now. I actually tore my meniscus in 2 spots and tore an ACL, so I'm kind of fresh off of surgery here. So was battling a little bit of that too.
Well, it's definitely a good way to kick off your return. Tell us who you got on the car tonight helping you out.
Usual with the race team, we got especially Nate and Nick over at Warrior Racing that we do a lot in Warrior Wraps. Also got No Sweat and Sim Pro, as well as Ryko Motorsports sim setups and stuff like that. I want to thank all of them because it's all the practice and racing we do every week is what makes a big help with everything.
All right, well, we will let you go celebrate that 2nd place finish. Once again, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys, and thanks a lot for the broadcast. And also got to thank my wife for letting me do it as usual.
Peter Brees, your 2nd place driver. Roger's going to pull up your winner tonight, Jacob Crawford, and take it away.
Jacob Crawford, are you there?
Got a copy.
Well, you are kind of a force to be reckoned with right now in this series. You pick up another win. You were out to roughly 5 seconds on these guys, getting into lap traffic, and the caution came out. Any kind of nerves on that last restart?
Yeah, I was seeing that Cole was coming. Like, I know he gained about 1.5 seconds, like, through the traffic, and I was like, oh, I hope we don't have a caution. Then finally came, and just hoped we would have stayed in the same position, but I was glad the top side was still there when we had a chance.
A great race. Like I said, a dominating performance, and you've been winning these races pretty handily. What's it going to take to beat the 25 car?
That I don't know.
You hope nothing, right?
Pretty much. But it is nice to be on top of this, be on top of the podium here. But I would like to have other people up here too with me. So, but all in all, I thought it was a good race.
Well, a fantastic job. I'm sure you got a laundry list of people you'd like to thank for that hot rod tonight.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Fit 25 Motorsport for being an awesome team. Milkman Designs for this awesome wrap. Crawford Flooring. What else I got? Rage Chassis. I'd also like to thank Drake, Tyler, and Rob for being pretty good teammates. Hales Corners for the league, and you guys for the pretty awesome stream every time we race.
All right, man. Well, great run tonight. Congratulations on the win. Thanks for chatting with us. Look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks.
All right, thank you, boys.
You're a winner tonight, Mr. Jacob Crawford. Let's run through the official results. It was Crawford winning it, then Brees was second, Duggar was third. Rundle comes home in fourth. Good recovery for him. Couple of incidents during the feature, I guess we should say, and he got out of shape, still recovers to a fourth place finish. Tyler Goodwin trailed that 43 car all night long, stayed right on his bumper. He follows him to fifth. J.J. Schilling with a great run through the field into the sixth spot. And Rob Warren started all the way at the back tonight. Started 14th, and he comes home 7th. Brandon Hullen 8th. Dean Burnt was 9th. Chris Johnson 10th. Skylar Woods 11th. Dean Wallach was 12th. Drake Hartzell, late race incident for him. Got into the fence. Found the right rear up into the opening in turn 4. Destroys the car. He comes home 13th. And then John Brunner with early race problems comes home in 14th tonight. All in all, good night of racing. Got to see a great feature. Big, long green run. About 32 laps to get that thing started. So some fantastic racing. Got to see the multiple grooves that we talked about. Just a whole lot of awesomeness out there tonight. And the guys actually, a whole lot of give and take.
Definitely, it was a fantastic race. It was good to see a lot of the guys moving forward. Tyler Goodwin and Rob Warren tied for that hard charger spot, both moving 7 positions in the race. But like you said, I think all those lanes coming in during the race and really shaking things up definitely it made the race a lot of interesting for further back in the pack, and fighting for that second spot, of course, was very intense. And I think you got to ask now, looking at it, who is going to be able to get Jacob Crawford and reel him in, because he's already won 3 races this season out of the 4 that we've ran, and he's looking not stoppable pretty much right now, and it's going to be interesting to see if he can get it done at Volusia in 2 weeks.
Yeah, back to Volusia 2 weeks from tonight. We will be well into August then, about 6-7 days into August by then, and I'm looking forward to us starting the back half of the season, see where this thing goes. It's been a lot of fun thus far. We will be able to update the points once they get them done and bring them back to you next time we're on. But I appreciate you joining me again. As always, Zach, for Dominic Santina, myself, and Zach Krieger here at the Dirt Racing Network, guys, we appreciate each and every time you guys tune in. Thank you for being here. Till we see you the next time, everybody, keep it dirty